Bring back nerds candy corn.
Hello. I hope we're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Thank you, Adam, for the resub. I really wish I could control you getting more Nerds candy corn back in stock. I'm sorry that it still won't let you, like, fucking get any. I don't know why, like, they're just not allowing your store. Why your store is not, like, literally allowing you to fucking order anymore. To stock more. Nerds candy corn is delicious. Alrighty. So, a couple of the new decks that were ordered are here finally. Not the ones that were part of the goal that we just met on, like, Sunday, I think it was. I think that was on Sunday? So, not those 3 decks. Those should be arriving tomorrow, though. It seems. So, we'll have those to look at on Saturday. Which means we'll have them for Choose Your Own Deck Night. Which is nice. Alrighty. However, the ones that I ordered myself, that I'd been saving up for a while, those arrived yesterday. The other 2 of them arrived yesterday. So, we'll be taking a look at those tonight. And probably using one of them in particular. So. Alrighty. So, the 3 decks that we have to look at tonight, well, 2 decks, but we can look at the 3rd if you're interested in it. We have Egyptian Star Oracle. This is the optional one. This one doesn't have to be just personal. I would be happy to use this one on stream if people are interested. So, if we're interested in looking at this one too, I will happily do so. This is the optional one. This is the one I talked about this last stream, I believe. This is the one that kind of, it's, it talks about the system of astrology that was used in ancient Egypt, which is quite different from modern astrology, modern Western astrology. So, yeah. So this is an option. And the 2 that we will be looking at tonight, and I already think I know what one we're going to be using tonight. Also, hello, Egg! Enjoy your lurks! We have the Witching Hour Oracle, made by... I honestly don't know, because it looks like it's pronounced Lorianne. I think it's Lorianne Anderson. One of the co-creators of the Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks. And if I remember correctly, this one was released before, well before the Seasons of the Witch decks were ever created. So, and our third one, the Beloved Dead, which is an oracle that is very, very similar in purpose to the Embroidered Graveyard. It'd be great if I could talk today. And in fact, I've used these two together, and they work very, very well in conjunction. So, and I figured they would, which is why quite some time ago, I want to say it was back in like June, maybe even May, that I started kind of like coming up with a plan to save up for at least one of these decks. And I ended up making this one the community goal. Like the first community goal way back earlier this year. And I was hoping that by the time I had enough to save up to buy these decks here, that we might be able to get this one, and we got this one far earlier than I thought we would. So, thank you. But yes, this is crafted for a similar purpose. It's meant to communicate, to allow you to communicate with spirit guides and ancestors. It puts a focus mostly on ancestors, but you can use it to communicate with spirit guides and spirit in general. So, but this is probably the one we're going to use tonight. Probably alongside this. Alrighty. Which one do we want to take a look at first? And do we want to take a look at the optional deck? Far left? Do you mean this one? The Egyptian Star Oracle? The optional one? Okay. Now, we're probably not gonna go through the entire thing for all of them, so... Also, I love this box. This box is like massive. And it's massive for a reason. And also, I just love the style of box because it slides out. So, the reason why it's massive is because it also includes a little charm. Hello. And these are the cards. This deck in general, the system of astrology that was used in ancient Egypt is very, very closely tied to, as it's known by many, Sirius, the star Sirius. However, in their language, she was called, I want to say it's pronounced Sapdet. And this is her on the backs of the cards. I'll be doing, starting off with a collective first, and then I'll be opening Q shortly. We're just going to take a quick look at some new decks first. So. collective means that it's for everyone. I just kind of see what the general energy is, the collective energy is. And then cued readings are just individual readings. So there are 30, well, it looks like 42 cards in this. Mostly dependent on people in chat. Yeah. And whatever message needs to be heard the most at the time. Yeah. So we're just gonna take a quick look at these. Seems like there are 42 cards in this deck. 37 of them are based on the deacons of the system of astrology that was used by ancient Egypt. And then there are also 5 cards that are based on Egyptian gods. The biggest 5. So. We have... I do love the artwork on this one. It's very beautiful. And if I remember correctly, these are actual, like, the images that are used on the cards are actually taken from, photographs of artwork that's inside of temples and inside of, tombs, actually, as well. So it's not just an art style that mimics it. They're very pretty. Yeah, we'll probably take a look at the Witching Hour Oracle another day. Because I do want to get into the Beloved Dead Oracle today, so... I don't know why I love that one. destruction of chaos. It's a cat. Apparently fighting the, Apep, the serpent of chaos. Okay, and those are the deacons. Now we're getting into the gods. And for those we have Osiris, Resurrection, Horus, Strength, Set, Leadership, Isis, Salvation, and Nephthys, Security. Lovely. Alrighty. Then another day we'll probably actually take a closer look at that one and use it some on stream as well, but for now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Beloved Dead Oracle, because that's the one that we're actually going to use. Okay, so they were very pretty. I love them. And these ones, this one I have used. We're not gonna go and look through all the cards. They're not in order anyway, but these are the backs of the cards. And the reason I love this, like, deck is because... Oh yeah, I forgot that I put that on top of the deck. I'll actually explain that card in a moment. But these are actual vintage photographs that were submitted by... submitted to, like, a community group when this deck was apparently being made. So these aren't just like photos that are made to look like vintage photos. They're actual vintage photos. They're actual people. And considering this deck is, you know, all about like the energy of like ancestors and communicating with ancestors and stuff, I love that's how they sourced the images for this deck. And the first card in the deck is called Spirit Throne. And if you're going to use this deck for its intended purposes of communicating with your ancestors and spirit guides and such, this card, when you're doing a reading using it, you're supposed to place face up in the space where you're doing your reading, as an invitation for spirit to come sit with you so that you can chat with them. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the collective here, shall we? Okay. We're just gonna do a quick collective really quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into cute readings. All right. What message do we need to hear today? A strong message today, apparently, judging by the 2 cards that have popped out so far. Alright, we have... Yep, okay. Fortitude, which is strength in this deck. We have Wheel of Fate, which is Wheel of Fortune. And we have the 9 of Coins. So, the message here is very simple and very clear. Keep holding on. Okay? Keep holding on. If you're still finding yourself in a period of struggle right now, if you're waiting for things to get better, and you're waiting for that work that you're putting in to pay off, just keep holding on, okay? Keep holding on. Keep holding strong. Keep putting in that work when you can, without pushing yourself too hard. And if things haven't already started turning around for you, just trust that they will, okay? And remember that the work that you've put into things, the energy that you've been putting into things, everything that you've been working towards, the goals you've been working towards, and the rewards that you've been seeking, are coming, okay? That hard work will begin to pay off soon, if it hasn't begun already. Okay? Aw. I'm sorry, Egg. I hope you feel better soon. I'm sorry that you're dealing with chronic pain issues. I'm doing pretty well today. I hope you're doing well aside from the pain. Alright, and let's see what the beloved dead oracle wants to say. Okay. We have 2. The first is Messenger. The second is Act of Love, Self-Care. So, Messenger, the vibes I'm definitely getting for that one are just pay attention to the signs that you're being sent. Okay? But we're also going to read the entry for it. Extra, extra, read all about it. This helper spirit is a sprightly herald of the divine. The message that he holds in his hand reads, "Our loved ones are all around us." If you receive Messenger, it's a reminder that you're not alone, in good times or in periods of trial that upset and overwhelm. You are seen, you are heard, and you're being shepherded by the invisible choir, your ancestors, guides, spirit helpers, and the mighty forces of light. Keep pulling cards, for there's a message for you from the spirit realm. If you're asking the beloved dead for a description or a validation, Messenger is a card of written documents and communication, whether personal, official, public, or professional. He could be telling writers to write. He could be delivering a caveat emptor. So check all fine print and let buyer beware. He could be holding a love letter, will, prescription, diagnosis, newspaper, or summons. This card also says there's a written record that confirms, explains, or opens a new line of inquiry. Messenger encourages you to either begin or intensify your research. A confirmation or evidence exists, and it's on paper or microfiche. So we have ads starting in like 20 seconds, it looks like. So I won't get into this one. The active love, self-care. The acts of love cards are things that Spirit is asking of you to do. So how fitting that we get the Messenger card and then an act of love card. Welcome back. No worries. I'm just pausing. There are the ads. Okay. I was just pausing the reading for now until ads finish, so we're not getting interrupted. Yeah, timing always works like that. Always. Also, I forgot. I forgot to show what the actual guidebook for this deck looks like. I did. Egg, and I also saw the other news too, so I hope things go well for you. I really do. I'm so excited to see where things go for you. I'll be opening the queue as soon as I'm done with the collective, yes. But as I was saying, I'm just waiting for ads to finish, and I also forgot to show, I want to show the guidebook and the photo that's on the guidebook because it's one of my favorite cards. One of my favorite images that's on one of the cards, because it's so fucking hilarious. So before I get into, it looks like ads are over now. So before I get into the Act of Love self-care card, so this is what the guidebook looks like, and I just want to show you the photo, if it'll like focus. The photo that's on this is like fucking hilarious. Let me make sure it's actually focusing. There, that's focused. Just look at the expression on her face and how, like, shocked she looks about something. I love the expression on her face. I fucking love it. When I opened the deck and I saw that, I just like started cracking up laughing because it's so fucking funny. That's entirely possible. These were photos. All these photos were sourced from a community group. With permission, of course. They asked for photos of like old photos of like family. That is like since departed. Which fits so well with the theme of the deck, considering it's all about like connecting you to like the wisdom of ancestors and stuff. And it's also created with the intent to allow you to actually like communicate with them. And just spirit in general, spirit guides in general, and just spirit in general, if you're interested, I guess. So, yeah, that's an actual photo of someone's family. A vintage photo of someone's family. I just love that. And it just makes the energy of this deck just like so wonderful as well. Okay, so going into the last card there, Act of Love, Self-Care. Again, this is something that Spirit is asking of you. The Act of Love cards are asking you to do something. Spirit asking you to do something. So, healers, nurturers, and caregivers have the innate blessings of compassion, empathy, and altruistic service. You do for others because you can, and because it's virtually impossible for you to just not care. When, however, you go to your well of inspiration and energy and find it low, or heaven forbid, dry, there's a need to responsibly manage and restore this resource. It's often easier to be selfless with others rather than sternly appraising time and energy, directed solely on self. Time spent on self seems like being selfish. Yet, in the spirit of the self-care, this Act of Love card asks that you be selfless with yourself. Give yourself the time, full attention, and love that you need to be whole and well. Direct those luminous gifts of compassion, kindness, and unconditional love inward, where they can heal and replenish you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, and vibrationally. By continuing a regimen of self-negotiation, or depleting your energetic stores, you're running yourself to ground. The beloved dead know your heart, and they surround you with support. They ask you to flip that neon open for business sign to closed for renovations, attune to your own feelings and needs, and dedicate to a beatific act of self-love. So, the kindness, love, and compassion that you show to others, turn that inward towards yourself. And make sure you're taking care of yourself first and foremost, okay? Alright, let's go along with that. We're gonna see what the Embroidered graveyard has. Ooh. Oh, come on! Nourish. That shout out immediately. Alrighty. Your ancestors and spirit guides exist outside of the shackles of time, and as a result, they hold infinite wisdom in their messages. They are capable of big picture thinking at a moment's notice. When this card comes to you, they are asking that you trust them, dream big, and then most importantly, do the steps. Have bravery here because this will test you. Give yourself permission and take to the skies. You could soar if you would only let yourself trust in your wings. Okay. So, going back to that strength card, and trusting that, again, if things haven't already started to turn around for you and go a little bit more smoothly and a little bit more in your favor and just better in general. As you're waiting for like the work that you're putting in to pay off and seeing the results of this. Just, again, trust that things, if it hasn't already started happening for you, trust that it is around the corner and it is coming to you. Okay, and have faith. Have faith in your own abilities, and also some faith in your spirit guides, your spirit team. Or the universe, cosmos, whatever you believe in. Alrighty, so I hope that message helped. For anyone who needed to hear it. Alright. And with that, let me go ahead and open the queue there. Alright. Queue is open. Okay. Let me go ahead and take a drink here. Okay. Are you ready, Adam? Alright. Message here today. I just realized I forgot to do something. Get to that in a moment. Okay. So we have the Magician reversed. Three of Wands reversed. And the Three of Coins. Nope. That's crooked. Alright. So. You're not really, You're not really believing in yourself here, okay? They want you to believe in yourself more. Okay? Believe in yourself and your abilities and the things that you have to offer, okay? Let go. Do your best to keep letting go of just these ways in which you're tearing yourself down and just telling yourself that you don't have what it takes to do this. Okay? Because there is a, like, sense of resistance here. Of just kind of a sense of, like, holding yourself back. Because there's a fear here. You fear letting yourself go on this journey. And essentially mostly about this journey of like self-exploration and this journey of just kind of also stepping into your own power. Maybe because you're afraid of what you might find if you dig too deep within yourself. But those aren't things to be feared. Those are things to be loved. Okay? Those are things to be accepted. And it's okay if you're not quite sure where to begin and what to be doing. It's okay if there are still some things that you need to learn to begin doing this for yourself. That's not exactly a reason to just keep yourself stuck in this place, okay? Believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Believe in your abilities and trust in them, okay? Don't keep yourself small. You are supported and you won't be alone in this journey. Okay? It's okay if you have to learn as you go. Let's see what the beloved dead oracle wants to add. You're fearing the move, aren't you? Location. Okay. Location. Should you receive location, it indicates there's something significant about a place, destination, or property. It could be a house, a room, family cottage, garden, farm, foreign country or city, an intersection or road, vacation spot, or death or birthplace. Any location that factors prominently in the memory or experience of you or a loved one. It's where you've been, where you are, or where you're going. Or all of these. Location can also refer to sacred land, the earth and rocks beneath or surrounding a structure with an energetic imprint that wants to be acknowledged. There are settings in our past that are connected to events that still touch our present, and they can affect the stability of our future. Work with the beloved dead of location to help heal this place and space. If a loved one has stepped forward to work with you, when location appears, it's trying to help validate this ancestor through a place with shared memories, activities, and key experiences. What springs instantly to mind? Close your eyes and connect, allowing yourself to receive auditory or visual impressions. The apple tree in the front yard, your grandmother's front porch, the Alps, a river, a campground. When? Okay. Let's see what the embroidered graveyard wants to add to that. Okay, that popped out immediately. Ether. Spirit is asking you, what makes you feel so full of joy that you could burst? What do you live for? If you know what that is, then get out there and do it, baby. If you don't know what that is, then make it your mission to find it. Use real-life experiences and online resources to search for it. Spirit will guide you if you ask them to use this deck with you. Slowly feel yourself become filled with life, adventure, and wonder. As you discover your thing or things, hit. We often have more than one, and pure magic happens when we combine them. Like yours truly combining cartomancy and embroidery. This is your soul food. Now get out there and nourish yourself on it. All right. So, I hope that message helps. That card is also kind of telling me, Ether is also just kind of telling me, listen to your heart. Okay. What does it want? What is your heart telling you about the situation? But I hope that message helps. Yeah? There's nothing... If you're implying there's something wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with going after what you want, so... It's those very things that'll lead you to where you want, like... It's those very things that'll lead you to where you want to be and also where you were meant to be, okay? So, listen to it. Don't listen to the anxieties, the fears, and that harsh inner critic. Okay? So. Okay. Okay. You're up, Egg. There we go. Okay. So, let's see. What message do you need to hear today? Love it. Absolutely love it. The Tower reversed. The Ten of Swords. I'm purposely grouping these together for a reason. Like this for a reason, okay? Three of Wands. Wheel of Fate. And the Empress. You got a couple extras. Okay. This period in your past. Okay. These past traumas here, okay? Which is what the Tower reversed represents here for me. These are falling away for you now, okay? These are falling away. You're beginning to recover from them. They're starting to hold less tightly to you, okay? Hold less control over you. And there's a new adventure about to begin here with that Three of Wands, okay? That Three of Wands combined with that Wheel of Fortune. Things are beginning to take a turn here for you, for the better. And there's about to be a new adventure for you, okay? New excitement, new things to explore, okay? And this is going to continue contributing to your growth. Continue teaching you exactly why you deserve. Why you deserve to love yourself. Why you deserve to be to feel fulfilled and loved. Feel deserving of good things. Okay? So continue exploring this, little by little. Keep stepping out of that comfort zone, little by little. Exploring it and see where it leads you, okay? And above all else, remember again that you are deserving of good things, okay? And you deserve better than these past situations. Okay? Happy early birthday, melt like butter. Alright. Let's see what the beloved Jedward wants to add. Oop, oop. Yeah, okay. My goodness. Okay. We have here peace. Peace radiates with the vibration of love. If you're connecting with a loved one, this card brings a luminous message from a soul who has transitioned to a higher consciousness. I'm okay. I no longer have a human form, nor am I in any way attached to the experience of my life or death. I am at peace. You will connect with me not in sadness or regret, but in the vibration of love. Close your eyes and open your heart. I sit like a gentle dove in your bright spirit. A glint of starlight that grows stronger and comes closer as you rise higher. Be at ease. If you receive this beatific oracle, it's a message bearing the importance of serenity at this moment of your life. If you've been going Mach 2, higher, faster, farther, this card asks you to pull back the joystick and chill. In this time, the answers and solutions you seek are being drowned out by the rush and roar of adrenaline. Value your moments of stillness. This might also not be the time when you achieve your desired or expected outcome. Still, peace reassures you that everything is perfect. You may not have what you want, but you'll have what you need. The beloved debt of peace brings divine clearance from the control tower. Tower, huh? So that you can successfully avoid collisions, chaos, and turbulence. If your ride has become too bumpy and shaky, raise or change your attitude. Climb above or away from these dramatic currents into a stabler and more peaceful thought formation. Alrighty. Alright. What does the embroidered graveyard want to add? Oh my gosh. Are you fucking shitting me? Adventure. Going along very well with that Three of Wands energy. Alright. Adventure. Your spirit guides and ancestors have looked ahead and can see the path is clear and safe for you. This is the yes that leads to change. Yes to the promotion. Yes to moving to a new city. Yes to a date. This card says don't let fear keep your life small. If there are genuine reasons not to proceed, then by all means follow these. However, if fear is the only reason, it's not a valid one and we're not allowing it, thanks. Open the gates and expand your world. You will be rewarded for your yes actions, so make sure you take them. Because you can't have adventure without action, can you? Alrighty. So, I hope that message helps. Oh yeah, I almost fucking forgot again. Hold on. One sec. There you are. As a hint, refresh and you might get a new roll. I'd been meaning to do that for a while. just kept forgetting. Of course. You've been around for a while. And, I very much enjoyed my chats with you. So. Okay. But yes, again, I hope that message helps. So. Also, I just noticed the time. So, if there is anyone else who still wishes... Ooh, darn hiccups. If there is anyone who still wishes to join the queue, you may go ahead and do so. I'm going to be closing it soon, so just wanted to issue a last call for queue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem, Meg. Go get some delicious food. I typically don't take questions. I just ask what message you need to hear most. Alrighty. Let's see. What message do you need today? Okay. Right or reversed. However, upright or reversed, it does seem like your... And this is also why I'll also say if you have a specific question to hold it in your heart and see, oftentimes it ends up being answered for you anyway. So. This might kind of answer your question. Might not. So, we have the King of Cups, or Chalices, as this deck calls them. The Queen of Swords reversed, and the Four of Coins. So, there's a message here, that is asking you here, express, a reminder to just kind of, express those emotions that you're experiencing and the things that you're feeling. And also, to an extent, going alongside that, there is kind of a message to just kind of, like, follow your heart a little bit here as well. With that King of Cups, okay? You might be... It seems like there might be just kind of a bit of a fear of putting yourself out there in some way, given the Queen of Swords reversed and the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins can often point towards, kind of guarding yourself a little bit too closely, or, just kind of, like, fearing that, things might be taken from you also, which is kind of sometimes where that fear of opening up comes from. You just kind of fear losing what you've already established. I'm not sure if that applies to you in the current moment, but the general message here is to just kind of, like, don't fear opening up. Don't fear opening up to that and figuring things out, okay? Tune into those emotions, tune into your heart, and see what it's telling you, okay? See where it leads you. Okay. Let's see here. My goodness. Okay. Okay. We have an interesting combination here. We have tribe, and we also have leadership. So, let's see what these two say. Tribe addresses your basic human need for connection and support, your basic human need for connection, support, and belonging. At its core, this card denotes a group dynamic over an individual relationship. Its core essence is the ancestral line: family, friends, community, and culture. It asks, who do you consider your tribe? Where do you most feel yourself safe, protected, loved, and understood? And with whom? And why? Who has your back? If you have a dependable, significant other, the beloved dead of tribe asks if you're finding enough time and opportunity to spend with your other peeps. When's the last time you went out and laughed until you cried, or cried until you laughed? It's important to remember who you are outside of the context of your relationship. One person can't be everything, and your tribe is waiting to listen, share, advise, and even provide unbridled stupidity on command. When describing an individual or loved one, tribe indicates someone who is known and belongs to your close family, social, or even work group. Additionally, this card could be referring to the existence of a trait, behavior, or a familial pattern that you're predisposed to repeat. Are your cards guiding you to a way to heal this for both you and your ancestors in your lifetime? The beloved dead of tribe invites you to consider the long line of ancestors who stand behind you, each bringing their unique narratives to the mix. This might be an ideal time to pull some more cards to get to know them better. They may very well hold the answers that help enlighten you about your many inherited strengths and resources that hail from a long ago tribe. Okay. So, are you seeking connection with others by chance? Yeah. So that's for me what this card is kind of pointing to. And, yeah. And I kind of got the sense that that's kind of where that message of, like, putting yourself out there is coming from. And not to fear that, okay? So. Just keep putting yourself out there. In ways that feel comfortable for you, of course. You do gotta step out of your comfort zone a little bit, but you don't also want to push yourself, like, too far out of your comfort zone. So, just little by little. Keep putting yourself out there, and you'll eventually find the sort of connection that you're seeking, okay? Whether that be friends or romantic, whatever, okay? And then we have leadership. Once upon a time in a small German town, there was a charismatic rat catcher in strange, colorful clothing who told the authorities that for 10 bags of gold he could rid the town of their nasty rat infestation. Really? Questioned the old powerful goats, scratching grizzled chins. They weren't so convinced that it could be done, but he said, have at her. In German, of course. So off the rat catcher went, and an odd fellow called the Pied Piper, with flute in hand. On it he played a tune that was evidently a rat chart topper, for they all came out of their holes and slop buckets and followed the Pied Piper into the river. Done deal. However, the authorities reneged on their end of the bargain. The Pied Piper didn't get paid, and so retaliated by playing his pipe through the town again, this time leading away all the children, never to be seen again. What's the point of this story? Other than they don't call these fairy tales grim for nothing. The Grimm's Brothers version of all these fairy tales are extremely just fucked, by the way, if you've never read them. But anyway. It's a useful metaphor to explain the dynamic between authority, leadership, and following. How many times has a controversial figure or celebrity mesmerized a town or nation, culminating in a debt and problems that are much worse than 10 bags of gold? How many times do those with authority make disastrous decisions or abuse their power to order, influence, command, and enforce? And why can spectacles of insidious charisma, romanticized wounding, megalomania, or false promises enchant anyone into thinking, behaving, feeling, or acting in ways that are out of alignment with their higher instincts? When this card is validating an individual, ancestor, or experience, it resonates with skills, reputation, and acknowledgement in the area of leadership. A loved one stepping forward might have been a CEO, mayor, or proprietor of a small business with such strength of character that they were a pillar of the community. The beloved debt of leadership says that respect is earned, it can't be commanded. Anyone controlling by charisma or intimidation in order to cover up their own flaws is a Pied Piper or a tin pot dictator. Great leaders mentor with integrity and kindness. They live like they lead. They set an example with their own appearance, comportment, and communication. They instill trust and confidence, empowering and strategically setting up others to succeed. If you're taking on the mantle of leadership, this card supports your lion-heartedness and unlimited potential for positive change. By paying forward this gift of gracious leadership, you'll continue to inspire others to grow and flourish past their limitations. If, however, you're smelling a rat catcher at work, or in your personal life, trust your gut, lay low, and be patient. They always reveal their true colors. Okay. I really like that last part. And I kind of feel like that last part kind of does also kind of go a little bit in line with like that, with like trying to connect with others and stuff. You'll know when someone's not meant for you, okay? And you'll know it in your heart when people are. So. And then, let's see, let's get one last card here from the, Embroidered Graveyard Oracle.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Okay. And the card we have here is Whimsy. I love this card. Whimsy. So I'm going to read for this both the spirit communing section and the introspection section for this, okay? The spirit communing section for this says, when this card visits, your guides and ancestors are requesting you turn your powers of imagination to dreamscaping / astral projecting to better commune with them. Don't forget to brush up on your methods and also consider the safety and protection spells on pages 220 and 222 as a place to jumpstart your explorations. And the introspection section for this. Whimsical imagination is often regarded as frivolous by the mainstream, and instead traits like intelligence or unsympathetic ambition are favored. Therefore, it is easy for soft creative types to internalize this and forget the value in our own skill sets and traits. But I'd like to suggest that imagination is actually essential to our modern-day lifestyle. It is the first vital step to all we see around us. At one time, everything we gaze at, unless we're currently in the heart of an untouched nature reserve, was once just an idea. Harness the power of your creativity by reclaiming your pride for your imagination. Instead of feeling shame or less than, stretch it, grow it, and see the glorious things you can do with it. And this is also going very in line. I have an affirmation command set up with like various like affirmations that it'll randomly like choose for you. And every time this card comes up, I think to one that I wrote a while ago. Before I actually even got this deck. I forget what quote number it is. It might be like 30... I think it's maybe 32. Let me actually go look. But, whimsy and imagination are all like key like things to help us like survive this world, okay? Yeah. It's number 38. Things don't always have to be so serious. Be silly, be whimsical, have fun, rest. Do whatever you must to survive in crushing circumstances. And... it's okay. But, yeah. It's important that we don't always, like, take things too seriously. And that we do our best to just kind of have fun with things, okay? Life is meant to be enjoyed. But due to societal expectations and stuff, they don't really see it that way. But fun is necessary for survival. It's what gets us through those tough moments, okay? So, I hope that message helps. And thank you for stopping by. Good, I'm glad. You too, thank you. Yeah, that whimsy quote, that whimsy quote was largely inspired by the personality of Mr. Sass. And things that he very, very frequently tells me. Okay. It's your turn. I love that name, by the way. Positive Impact. I love that name. But, it's your turn if you're still here. Also, I've been like starting to get like cramps today, which means that something is probably very, very close. Blech. Yeah, it's okay. Oh no, you're alright, don't worry about it. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. Thank you for redeeming that, Therapet's card, Adam. Let me go ahead and pull out that deck. It has been a while since we've used this, actually, so... maybe we'll go ahead and use it for the closing message as well. Alrighty. Let me take a drink of water here really quick. And also, I don't think I mentioned earlier, Adam, but I have a new spider friend chilling in the corner of my ceiling. I occasionally like look up at my ceiling to make sure that he's still in the same place and he's not like trying to like say hi, come down and visit and say hi, because this one's a bit of a bigger one. It's a bigger spider, so smaller spiders don't really bother me as much, but bigger ones, they kind of start start weirding me out a little, and I can start just kind of panicking a little bit, and when that happens I can't really guarantee their safety. They might accidentally get squished. So, as long as he stays up there, he's fine. He hasn't moved yet, but... anyway. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. Yeah, I used to have a cat that did that. His name was Boo. Because he was like kind of scared by like everything, because he was a rescue and he didn't really have the best like early life. He was kind of like bullied and like tormented by like some young kids in the neighborhood in which he was found. So and he passed like probably about 7 years ago. Just due to old age. He's an old man. Alright. So, let's see what message we have for you today. Interest. Okay. Okay. So there's the Page of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So, all court energy here. So, the message, the vibe that I'm getting from this is definitely just kind of, there's definitely just kind of like this, energy of just kind of like, curiosity. That's kind of coming from both the Page of Swords and Page of Wands as well, okay? So if there's like don't be afraid to get curious about things, okay? Is like a feeling that I'm getting. Don't be afraid to just kind of the Page of Wands and Page of Swords are both full of just kind of like youthful energy. With the Page of Swords kind of being about like curiosity and just like there's also a sense of intelligence with that as well, okay? And then with the Page of Wands, there's often an energy of just there's a bit of sense of like curiosity with that as well. Particularly associated with like exploration, and alongside that there's also that energy of just like bravery, okay? Just kind of, I'm trying to put it into words, but it's like that young, just kind of like feisty energy, okay? You'll see that, to explain that, essentially, like, you'll find that in young kids a lot, where, you know, like, obviously kids still have, like, fears, but then there are some things that are just kind of like, you know, most people might fear, and they just, like, they show no fear to things that, like, most human adults would even, like, show fear towards. That's what I kind of mean, like, by that feisty energy. Um, so, I get the sense that you're just kind of like being asked to embody these two energies right now with the pages, okay? Or they might be energies that are just present in your current life, from like those around you, okay? But mostly, I do get the sense that it's just kind of mostly in regards to just yourself, and embodying these energies right now. That's tying into like this Queen of Cups energy, okay? Don't be afraid to explore these emotions within yourself and to follow where they lead, okay? Especially if you're in like the process of like trying to find partnership for yourself. I'm not sure if that's something that you're looking for right now. But or just like friendship in general. Yes, like a relationship. But it's definitely like, I'm not sure if that's just like something that you're looking into right now, but I only say that because like sometimes when we're trying to put ourselves out there, we can just kind of, you know, we can sometimes get in our head about like about actually putting ourselves out there and just kind of, you know, like keeping ourselves closed off or small just so we're like not noticed and stuff. That's the only reason I mentioned that. But yeah, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But it's completely fine to take things slow if that's the way that you like to do things. Not necessarily, but yeah. I'm of course not gonna rule that out, especially if that's something that you're actually like looking for right now. But essentially the main message here is to just kind of like, don't be afraid to just kind of like explore things, explore these emotions, and when you feel ready to, put yourself out there, okay? If that's something that you decide that you ever do want to like start looking for yourself, and just hold on to like the sense of a sense of optimism, okay? Because that's very frequently what the Page of Wands ends up like kind of saying to me. It's an energy of optimism, especially in regards to like fresh starts with things, okay? But, yeah. Ow. I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry. Aww. No, I'm fine. I just hit the pop filter on it. Well, I wish you luck in that venture whenever you decide to actually, like, open yourself up to that and put yourself out there for that, okay? But yeah. Remember that it's okay to take things at your own pace. You don't have to rush into anything. You can take it slow. Just remember to be open to things, and, yeah. You'll know when the right time is for you. Of course, we still have your, Oracle cards, by the way. That's when I smacked my microphone, is reaching for one of the Oracle decks. So let's see what the, beloved dead wants to add. Oh my gosh, that emote is so cute. Oh, my. Goodness. Okay. The unfortunate thing about new decks is sometimes the cards like to stick together, and then they just kind of fall out in a chunk. Very neat deck. I just got it yesterday, so. Oh. Oh. Hold on a second. Well. Okay. Well, this is the card that fell into my lap, so... which is love. Alrighty. Let's see. Where is it? Alright. When you receive the message of love, you aren't alone. You're being surrounded with light and given confirmation that you're protected, guided, and connected with your highest good, or your spirit team. When this card is validating a loved one, they're stepping forward with a very clear message. I love you. When you receive love, take a moment to work with the card. Visualize a beam of light flooding through your body before sinking into the rich strata of earth beneath your feet. Allow the light to reach into areas of your body that need healing energy. Open your heart chakra. Feel it expand to fill your entire space with light and the highest vibration of love. Invite your loved one closer. Don't discount the possibility that this energy is a beloved pet soul whose affection and loyalty remain palpable. Tell your loved one how you feel. Use your words or communicate purely through thoughts. It doesn't need to be perfect. They'll understand you. Ask them for guidance or a message, or to show you a sign or a symbol every now and then. When the energy becomes weaker, this connection ends, don't forget to thank them and your spirit team. Hydrate by drinking a glass of water and go ground yourself with a mundane activity. Walking, gardening, snuggling with an animal, or eat something. Snacks make excellent grounders. So, yeah. Of course. And then we do have Embroidered Graveyard Oracle as well. I like using these two decks in conjunction because they work very well on their own to communicate with spirit, but they synergize together very, very well. But yeah. Oh. Wait a second. Did you by chance have a... That's weird considering we were literally just talking about pets not that long ago, like right before your reading. Have you had a pet that's passed? Whether recently or sometime in the past? Or are you planning on getting one soon? Doesn't matter how long ago it was. I find it interesting because this also mentioned like the spirit of like a pet that passed. And this might be where the youthful energy is coming from. I ask that because, again, this card mentioned, like, pets specifically. It might be like that it might be the spirit of a pet. And this card literally just popped out, which is little ones, and it's all about pets that have passed. And that's what I mean about these decks synergizing very well. So, pets are always with us, okay? Yes, exactly. Pets are always with us, okay? So if you ever felt like a little, like, brush against your leg, or, like, if there was a certain thing that your pet would do and you've just kind of felt it every so often, or if you just feel a warmth by you, that is an old pet saying hello, okay? And apparently, I guess they wanted to make their presence known. Because maybe they've been trying to get your attention. Or maybe they just want you to know that they're still here and you're not alone. So. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. But I know the feeling, unfortunately. But yes. So yeah, this is... Yeah. Oh, I understand that. Uh-huh. Yep. My Saturn return happened next year, and that was rough. It's still in the same sign, too, that, my Saturn sign is in, so... things have still been quite rough for me, even though my return is technically over. So... I understand that one. But, yes. I guess that's probably where this, like, youthful... Oh, there's ads. Okay, hold on. Just in case you're in ads, I will pause here. Ooh, the fucking hiccups. Okay. Ads should be over. So. But, yeah, that makes sense where, like, that youthful, like, energy was coming from. Welcome back. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now where that youthful energy was coming from and why there was an energy of love, but I didn't quite feel like it was romantic. So, that makes much more sense now. Oh, of course. Like, that's why I said I'm not gonna rule it out. But I didn't get the sense that this is specifically what that, like, energy was. But yeah, the solar eclipse is bringing about, like, that happened yesterday, kind of marks a change for, like, a lot of us here. Closing old chapters so that we can move into, like, better spaces, in a more fulfilled, empowered way. So, yes, there's a lot of change coming up for many of us. So, there's most certainly, of course, that energy around too, and, like, again, if that's something that you want to work towards, you'll know when the time is right. And when it's right to actually, like, start putting yourself out there for that. But, yes. It seems a pet wants to make themselves known to you right now and let you know that they're still here, they still love you, and that they're not going anywhere. And they want you to cheer up and hold on to that, like, sense of optimism, okay? And let's go ahead and get into little ones. For this, I'm going to go ahead and read the entire card because the entire entry for this card is beautiful. Okay? So, the small pets gather to greet you as the first card within the dearly departed section. This is because for most of us, losing a small floof as a child is our first real experience of death. Their small bodies and short lifespans do not reflect the large hole they leave in our hearts when they pass. This can be so saddening for us, especially if we are young, but in time we can look back on the memories of our small pet with love and fondness and thank them for all the joy, laughter, and comfort that they brought us. Aw, that's so cute, eh? And the spirit communing section for this card says, whether fluffy, scaly, or feathered, please know that your little pet is with you now. Whether their passing was recent or in your childhood, they want you to know they valued every moment you shared together and still sit with you often. They were just one part of your life, but you were the entirety of theirs, and they are so grateful for the unconditional love you showed them and the beautiful life you gave them. Consider spending time with their memory, using the guidance from a specific spirit spread on page 244, using this card in the number 1 position. So, if you want to connect with them a little bit, feel free to, like, reach out to them and look for signs from them, okay? And the introspection section for this says, let yourself fondly remember your little pet. Or perhaps you never had one, but had the dream of one day adopting one. How would you hold them? How would they snuggle into you? What noises did they make? And did they have a special greeting or funny thing they would do? Let these memories and visualizations fill your heart, and any time you feel down, imagine them snuggling into your neck or the crook of your arm, and let the comforting feeling fill you. On big nervous days, like interviews, promotions, and doctor's visits, I like to imagine my childhood pet hamster, Monty, snuggling into my neck for support. Bonus points if you bring this card along with you on those days. That is because this card can also be an in-the-moment reminder that we are capable of so much more than we think, just like our little pets. Oh. I love the energy of that card so much. And speaking of pets, you had a Therapets card redeemed for you, which is full of, like, cute, fuzzy animals. So, let's see perhaps what they want to tell you right now, okay? Okay. Go. You're doing well, keep going. And also, your struggle is not an indication of failure. So, I hope that message helps. And this deck isn't made to be like an oracle deck of any sort, but I use it as one because, again, why the fuck not? It's cute, it's adorable, sometimes we need those extra positive, uplifting vibes, okay? Not everything has to be serious. I just talked about this earlier. Of course. Thank you for stopping by. I do hope the message helped. And remember, remember your pet is still there, okay? And let them help lift your spirits when you're down, okay? Of course you can, Egg. Yeah. Let's go ahead and let me pull that out really quick first. Okay. Ow. Okay, we'll see. What answer I can get for you? As always, this deck is always very picky. Alright, what answer do you have for Egg? Of course. I had a feeling. Gonna be real extra fucking sassy. Inquire with spirit. He's just like, nah. Mm-mm. Nope. I'm sorry that my answer isn't very helpful. The no isn't he's not gonna answer that. Just like, nah, you gotta ask me. I ain't answering that. Uh... uh... Then I guess that the answer there is trust what you've experienced and trust what you've heard then. So. Easier said than done, I know. You know what it's like with, like, me and Mr. Sass, so. Easier said than done, but... yeah. Sometimes they really just want us to figure things out on our own, and that's a large part of what Mr. Sass has just kind of been pushing me to do. Is figure things out on my own, rather than going to others for, you know, guidance. So. Yeah. I know that feeling. I've had some really fucking weird dreams, so. Yeah. I understand the feeling, yeah. If you want to sometime, I can tell you about some of the ones that I've had with, Mr. Sass. So. I've had some quite interesting ones with him. So. Alrighty. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. So, rather than do a full closing message, I think I'm just gonna pull from the two decks. Beloved Dead and Embroidered Graveyard. Because I am starting to get very hungry because I haven't eaten a whole lot today, and because of that I'm also starting to get the beginning of a headache. Which is telling me that if I don't eat soon, I'm gonna pay for it later. So, let's see. What message would you like to close this out with? Eh. Okay, we have active love, observation. It's not easy to observe anyone who's in emotional, mental, or physical distress. Some people are blissfully oblivious. They're just not hardwired to connect with it, nor motivated to fix it and take away the pain. You are. Whether your kind-heartedness has expressed itself professionally, or you're just a naturally sensitive empath, healer, nurturer, or caregiver, you'll have the mechanism for sympathy. You'll personally feel awful for the afflicted. You understand intrinsically what they must be experiencing and rise immediately to the challenge of a resolution. Let me in, coach. I'm ready to play. The downside of these soul gifts is often that if these transactions aren't managed mindfully, your wide-open energy becomes a sponge, absorbing stress, pain, and negativity. Chances are they'll walk away feeling much better, like they've just received an energy transfusion. You, on the other hand, will need to run a vacuum cleaner over your chakras. Over time, too much of this can affect your own well-being. Or, as I like to call them, more so energy. Energy systems, energy... whatever you prefer to go by. If you have received this act of love, you're being asked to change a propensity for passionate and active participation with the discipline of a compassionate or dispassionate observation. Engaging with passion means that you're willfully and emotionally invested in impacting an outcome. It becomes personal and distorted, affecting your ability to see, think, and act clearly. The act of compassionate or dispassionate observation asks that you be in service by holding space, which means being present for people while retaining a mindful distance and objectivity. Compassionate observation involves being sympathetic, attentive, and helpful while controlling your own emotional responses. Not only will this keep your vibration raised, which is key to both objectivity and downloading messages, but it will also keep you from internalizing their stuff and energy. There will also be times when, either personally or professionally, you'll need to practice the art and act of dispassionate observation. Here you're being asked to detach emotionally and energetically. This doesn't mean that you're unkind or uncaring, it simply requires a discipline of calm, meditative, level-headed attention without judgment or interpretation, which in turn heightens your awareness. Your beloved dead say that this is the eye of the hurricane. Okay. So, tend to yourself. Don't take on too much of others. Okay? This goes in line with, like, the earlier message, which is about, like, prioritize yourself first and foremost. That came from, like, the other card, the Act of Love Self-Care. This is reminding you to not take on what's not yours. Okay. And we have Star Reader. I think this is a card that's only ever come out once. Spirit is communicating to you through written words. You must research and explore any book or article that you are drawn to. Within it will be a message that Spirit wants you to know. You'll know because you'll get a goosebumpy feeling like a mental itch that needs scratching. You will know it when you feel it. See this card as permission from the divine and your guides cheering you on. Crack open the spine or type in the search bar and begin your journey. Okay. And to close that out, we're also going to get a therapist card. Well, okay. That one's just like me. It's me. I'm gonna show up, fly out right on camera. Sometimes it feels like the horrible feeling will never end. It's important to hold on and wait it out because it never lasts. Alright, so. Alrighty, so. I hope that message helped. But unfortunately with this, it's time for me to go. So I can go get some food. And so I can go take care of myself some. Thank you all for stopping by, whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked. I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon, but bye for now.